Today on MUFC Pulse, we'll dive into some incredibly intriguing news. Man United showed serious intent to sign Anderson, and huge Nottingham Forest news ahead of the match. For more on this story, check out the video. We also have some equally exciting football news coming up, so stay tuned until the end to catch it all. Welcome to MUFC Pulse. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell for more updates. Man United dead set on landing Elliot Anderson. The club are ramping up their efforts to bring Nottingham Forest midfielder Elliot Anderson to Old Trafford this summer. The 23-year-old has come on leaps and bounds over the last 12 months, cementing his status as one of the Premier League's most dependable central midfielders. Forest's recent form has seen his stock rise significantly, and there is now a palpable sense that a massive transfer tug-of-war is brewing. United's interest mirrors a glaring need within the squad. The engine room has lacked grit, composure, and legs at various points this term, driving the recruitment team to make that area a priority ahead of the new campaign. Forest are believed to value Anderson at a whopping £100 million, a staggering climb given he joined from Newcastle United for £35 million back in 2024. Their position is fair enough. Anderson has become the heartbeat of the Forest midfield, and his consistency has marked him out as one of the league's top performers outside the usual suspects. United are reportedly readying a bid in the region of £80 million, though whether that will do the trick is anyone's guess. To make matters worse, Manchester City and Chelsea are also keeping a close eye on the situation. There is another element at play here. Anderson's international pedigree is growing by the day after picking up 7 England caps and caught the eye of Thomas Tuchel ahead of the World Cup. For United, this chase feels like a statement of intent, a clear move to rebuild the squad around energetic, hungry players capable of leading the charge for years to come. Bad news for Nottingham Forest ahead of Old Trafford trip. Manchester United are set to host Nottingham Forest at Old Trafford this Sunday for their Matchday 37 Premier League fixture. This clash marks Vitor Pereira's first time facing the Red Devils since taking the reins from Sean Dyche back in February. Forest currently find themselves well clear of the drop zone, sitting in 16th place with 43 points from 36 matches. The Tricky Trees have enjoyed a cracking run of late, remaining unbeaten in their last 5 outings with 3 wins and 2 draws. Their impressive form even carried them to the Europa League semi-finals, where they were eventually knocked out by Aston Villa 4-1 on aggregate. Since succeeding Sean Dyche in February 2026, Vitor Pereira has ushered in a stark contrast in playing style at the City ground. While Dyche was synonymous with a rigid 4-4-2 and a physical approach, Pereira had tactical flexibility and ball retention. He often sets his side up with a back 3 to provide defensive stability whilst giving his wing-backs license to bomb forward. Pereira employs a higher defensive line. When possession is lost, Forest now tend to initiate an immediate counter-press to win the ball back in the opposition's half, rather than simply dropping deep and parking the bus. One of Pereira's hallmarks is his astute reading of the game, frequently tweaking formations or player roles mid-match to exploit an opponent's newfound weaknesses. However, heading into this clash with United, Forest are plagued by a massive injury crisis, with 6 players confirmed to miss the trip to the Theatre of Dreams. First on the list is Callum Hudson-Odoi, who suffered a serious tear to his right quadriceps that required surgery. He picked up the knock during the Europa League quarter-final against FC Porto in April. Then there is goalkeeper John Victor, who sustained a severe knee injury against Aston Villa. He landed awkwardly while attempting to clear the ball and has subsequently gone under the knife. Nicolo Savona is also sidelined following knee surgery, an issue that had been nagging him for months. The medical staff eventually decided that an operation was the best course of action for his long-term recovery, with the procedure taking place in early March. Star defender Murillo is struggling with a hamstring problem that has bothered him since late April, specifically following the Burnley match. Although he was risked on the bench for the Europa League semi-final against Villa, he is still nowhere near 100%. Ola Aina was forced off during the first leg of the Europa League semi-final against Aston Villa, suffering a recurrence or complication of a previous muscle injury that had already seen him sidelined for a significant period. Meanwhile, Willy Boly has been ruled out for the remainder of the 2025-2026 season. Pereira explained that Boly had been playing through the pain in his knee to help the squad, but his condition has reached a point where it is no longer feasible to carry on. Regarding the squad's overall fitness, Vitor Pereira has insisted he will adopt a zero-risk policy for those returning from the treatment room. While some key figures are making progress in training, he feels it would be unwise to rush them back into action before they are fully fit, leaving the final call entirely to the medical team. Furthermore, Pereira revealed that the atmosphere within the camp is much more relaxed now that Nottingham Forest Premier League status is mathematically secure following last weekend's draw against Newcastle United. After an emotional and exhausting period spent fighting for survival, he even joked that he is looking forward to a bit of sofa time to recharge before leading the team through their final fixtures. Facing Manchester United at Old Trafford, Pereira views the match as an opportunity to play with freedom, as both clubs have achieved their primary objectives. With Michael Carrick's side having already secured Champions League football, Pereira is likely to rotate his squad to give some fresh legs a run out, aiming to maintain balance and finish the season on a high. Bruno Fernandes' statement regarding his future with Manchester United. The Manchester United skipper, Bruno Fernandes, has issued a resolute statement concerning his future and his lofty ambitions with the club. In an exclusive interview after being named the Football Writers Association Footballer of the Year, Fernandes emphasized that he is not the sort of person to mask his feelings or emotions, whether on or off the pitch. The 31-year-old Portuguese playmaker admitted that he often appears wearing his heart on his sleeve during matches, a trait he believes he simply cannot alter. For him, the expressions of frustration or joy he displays are testament to his raw passion for the game. He is well aware that people may judge him either way, but he insists he will always remain true to himself. Despite United enduring a roller coaster of a campaign, Fernandes feels optimistic about the club's new direction under Michael Carrick's stewardship. Following the departure of Ruben Amorim, Carrick is credited with galvanizing the squad and successfully securing a return to Champions League football for next season. This shift in atmosphere has seen Fernandes, who was frequently seen scowling previously, start to find his smile once again. A profound emotional connection with the Old Trafford faithful remains a primary reason for Fernandes' unwavering commitment. He feels an incredible sense of support from the fans, who treat him as part of the United family. This bond spurs him to consistently deliver his best and strive to emulate the success of the club's legendary figures of yesteryear. Reflecting on the FWA award, Fernandes felt deeply honored to be mentioned in the same breath as greats such as Sir Bobby Charlton, George Best, and Cristiano Ronaldo. However, he maintained that individual accolades are not his ultimate goal. For him, collective silverware with the team remains the highest priority that he chases every single season. Specifically, Fernandes voiced his ambition to lead Manchester United to Premier League and Champions League glory. He acknowledged that reaching such heights is immensely difficult, particularly at a club of this stature where expectations are sky high and people are always looking for the next new face. Nonetheless, that challenge serves as fuel for his indomitable fighting spirit. This season, Fernandes has been in scintillating form, racking up 19 assists in the Premier League and closing in on the all-time record for a single campaign. He shared insights into the work behind the scenes, including his rapport with Casemiro during set-piece situations. In his view, the success of a pass depends not only on the provider but also on the quality of the recipient in finishing the chance. Fernandes also highlighted the vital victory in the Manchester derby as the turning point of the season. Following a painful defeat in the FA Cup and a dismal result against Burnley, the win over their local rivals was seen as proof of the squad's mental fortitude. To him, big matches like these are crucial for shifting the narrative of a season and restoring confidence throughout the ranks. Bruno Fernandes pledged to keep learning and adapting to become a better leader. He is committed to evolving as a teammate and a captain until the end of his career. He wants to ensure that every ounce of effort he gives on the pitch is aimed at making the supporters proud and restoring glory to the theatre of dreams. Furthermore, Fernandes underscored the importance of the club's long-term project and his desire to be the cornerstone of a new era of dominance. He expressed a firm belief that the current foundation being built at Carrington will eventually yield the trophies the fans so desperately crave. For the captain, staying at Manchester United is not merely about fulfilling a contract, but about etching his name into the club's folklore by restoring United to their rightful perch at the summit of English and European football. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let us know in the comment your opinion.